Isaac says, when setting up the open order to midday roll, good till canceled on Apple, you came up with 375 as a good credit to receive for the next full strike. How do you calculate that? Can use Amazon as an example. I got you, dude. I got you. Give me a minute here. I got to log into Tradier. So rolling is what I did on Apple to get a 100% free trade. Now, this is where I started with a position. The trade is moving for me, and I'm just moving from one strike to the next. By doing so, I'm taking in a credit for every time that it moves up. I'm taking in a credit. So let's say on Apple, I spent about $2,000 per contract to get in. And then it only had $5 wide strikes for a while. It did end up having $2.50 wide strikes later on. But to roll from the, I think it was 195 or 295 up to 300. Hang on, I have all the data here. Hold tight. Almost logged in. Logged in. Okay. We'll use Amazon as moment in just a moment here. So I rolled from the 295 to the 300. I took in 375 in credit. So to go to Isaac's point, where did you get that number? So whenever you're looking to roll, the most you can get, and let's go to Amazon for Isaac here, Amazon, the absolute 100% most that you can get to roll from any two strikes, from one to the next, is the width of these strikes. So for this example, moving from the 220 to the 222.5, you'd be selling to close the 220, assuming you already owned it, buying to open the 222.5. And right now, that's a credit of $1.90. That's a credit of $1.90. I know you can't see that. That's a credit of $1.90. Because it's a credit of $1.90, it's not worth rolling to. It's not worth rolling to. But let's go deeper over here. Let's say you rolled from the 200 to the 205. That's $4.57. Now, how do you get more credit? Two things have to happen. Number one, you go deeper in the money. Deeper in the money means you're already making money and you're not paying for extrinsic. The reason that the price changes is the amount of extrinsic you have to work around, right? The deeper in the money you go, always, every time, no matter what, the amount of extrinsic value goes down. You can see right here. At the money, $12. Over here, about $2. A little bit further, you're at 62 cents. Now, again, the most you can possibly roll this for is the width of this spread, but you cannot do that because you cannot ever get a strike that has no extrinsic value. It is part of the nature of trading options. So let's say we went with like the 170 to 175. We're going to get even closer to $5, $4.88. Okay. So that's the first way, is go deeper in the money. The second way is closer to expiration, because as we get closer to expiration, you have less extrinsic value. To see how that works? So deeper in the money or closer to expiration. Now, why 75%? It's just a rule of thumb. It's just a rule of thumb, right? If you can get more than that, even better, dude. Like, let's go from the 210 to the 215. Right now, it's 402. That's greater than 75%. So if we went to 75% on a $5 wide roll, that's 5 times 0.75. Cool, 375. That's where that number came from. It's where you can know that mathematically speaking, you're not overpaying for extrinsic. That's why it exists. You're not overpaying for extrinsic. So the rule I want you to remember, Isaac, is 70-75 or 75-70, whatever. Either way, you want to make sure you're getting 75% of the spread, and the strike you're rolling to is at least a 70 delta. Because if we do the same exercise here, from the 215 to 220, that's going to still get us at the 70 delta. So 215 to 220. That gives me 345, even though it's at the 70 delta. Now, here's where you set those resting orders. I see that the one I want to roll to is over 70 delta. Cool. By the time the extrinsic value, and this is where you got to think big brain here, right? It's that meme with the guy out in front of the store. He's like, you know what I'm talking about. You got to think big brain here. By the time that this hits around 375, this is going to be deeper in the money, might even be 75-ish delta. So you can just let it rest. You can let it rest. Now, there's also a chance if it goes down, it'll never get filled, and that's fine too, because it was never going to happen. Okay. But yeah, dude, it's such a ninja hack where you don't have to watch it. You can set these levels on your charts to know when to go in. But for example, on Apple, I would have rolled this at the half ATR, the 1, 2, and 3. So I really would have only rolled it 3 times had I not started using these. But I actually got to roll it 7 times. Now, some of you might think, well, that's a lot more transaction costs. I mean, like, there's really a lot more headache to do that. And by all means, by all means, you don't have to do it this way. But it does allow you, as we talked about a minute ago, the number one thing you need to do in the market every single day is to reduce risk. So it does allow you as a market participant in this particular trade to reduce risk even faster. What do I mean by that? Instead of reducing risk 4 times, half, 1, 2, and 3, I reduced risk 7 times. So 7 different points, I came in the market and I said, whoa, I can reduce my risk. I'm going to do it, which is almost twice as many times as I would have had before. So it's really cool. It's such a ninja hack. If you love to roll options, and I know you do me a favor and put hashtag ninja in the chat, hashtag ninja in the chat.